So, to start things off, how did the plan to race Dakar came together?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a multiple of things. I mean, maybe obviously my long career. I think some of it came from my success last year with players and the whole new team with SDI and the success on the desert side. So I think a lot had to come with that, and I think a lot came with it. Just my team principles, everyone, kind of around me, just trying to push me, to be a professional athlete. So I think it's just kind of numerous things and just being at the right place at the right time.
So back in January during Polaris' sort of like 2024 season press conference, you were asked if you would ever race Dakar, and you basically said, "I wouldn't say no."
Yeah.
Did you ever think like 7 months later that you would already be on your way there?
Yeah, no, I didn't know it would happen this soon. It was just kind of one of those things when I started this with the players and the whole new team and I saw that they were going there with Xavier last year and everything. So I just I just kind of figured that obviously there was an opportunity there at some point, and I just wanted to put my best foot forward and do everything right on everything that I could on my end to be doing good and winning races and just try to put myself in a good situation where if the time does come that I'm on the list of going and obviously with it kind of coming out and happening so soon. I didn't think it would happen this soon, but obviously I'm looking forward to it.
So, have you had a chance to test the rally model of the Razor Pro Factory yet, or at least compare it to what you're used to?
Yep, I have driven it numerous times, and it's really fun to drive. It's obviously very very similar to our race cars now, our Gen 2 race cars now, and there's just a few minor things that kind of have their differences, and it's obviously nice knowing that it's very similar to our cars now, and obviously when it comes time to go in there, it's not gonna be something completely different.
So, what would you say is your main goal for your first Dakar? Like, is it just to finish, or do you think you can go out there and win right away?
Um, no, I mean I don't. I mean, obviously, I want to go there and finish and do all of that, but at the same time, I want to go there and do good. There's obviously a lot of support, a lot of support on my end, and a lot of people, putting in a lot of time and effort for it. So for me, I want to go there and put my best foot forward and do the best I can do, and hopefully make a lot of people proud.
Do you
I
feel
think I think that I mean any race car driver you talk to, and I can say this for Brock specifically, he doesn't enter a race if he doesn't think he's got an opportunity to win. So winning is definitely the primary objective. But there's also it's a new format for him and a lot to learn. But I can say from the Polaris and the FCI side of things, we're not thinking that Brock's going to go for a finish. We're certainly not going to be disappointed if he does finish, but we're going there to win.
Yeah, and I mean on my side, it's I mean Ryan said it well. It's we don't show up places just to kind of do mediocre and I want to put my best foot forward and try to make a lot of people proud and maybe shock them.
so? How much confidence does having someone like Max Eddy, who's done Dakar before, as a co-driver, give you?
Yeah, no, it's huge, to have Max going and riding with me. He's obviously done it before, so just his expertise on that side is going to be huge. He's obviously a friend of mine. He's a teammate of mine. He's an American as well, so just to have Max going, having him in the right seat, just gives me that extra edge of confidence, and I'm obviously really looking forward to having him there.
And I guess to kind of expand on that one, like how's Polaris Factory Racing? So like Caden and everyone else helped you improve as a driver.
Yeah, I mean, I think with this whole team, we just push each other to be better. Obviously we race against each other and whatnot, but we just we try to push each other to be the best that we can. We obviously try to push our equipment to make the equipment the best that we can. So it's just it's obviously nice having a bunch of competitive teammates, that just want the best out of everyone.
I think something to add to that too is you may not be aware of this, Justin, but and in the vein of helping each other grow, Brock has experience racing in the rocks at King of the Hammers, and he did race for Polaris and SCI at this recent King of the Hammers in the Stock Pro R class, and he won. And Max had, and Brock, to be honest, and hopefully I'm not throwing you under the bus here, but up to this point, a navigator has really kind of been dead weight for Brock. He doesn't typically rely on a navigator. And Max raised his hand and wanted to get some Brock experience for King of the Hammers. And Brock was more than happy to let him ride with him at King of the Hammers. So they've spent some time together in a racing environment, with Max sitting right seat. So there's an established relationship, driver to co-driver in that regard. And then again, back to your question around the team, that was a perfect opportunity for Max to get real-time experience in the rocks without having the weight and the pressure of having to perform, having never done it before. And they came out on top. They came really close to actually. So they won their class, and I can't remember, Brock. You were like fourth overall. Yeah. So they were
fourth overall in a stock class against obviously everyone, and that was my kind of first experience with Max riding, and obviously we did well there, and like Ryan said, I've kind of lacked maybe a little bit of having a really good co-driver, and obviously everything that Max kind of showed there, and then with Dakar coming up, and obviously needing a really important co-driver, I feel like it was very important to get him there.
And it was interesting, Justin. We did a bunch of. That wasn't a flippant decision that was made. We actually had quite a few conversations with a variety of different people in the space, and clearly somebody that has experience over there is important. But what was really stressed to us from a couple different channels was the importance of having somebody in the car that you have a relationship with, or an easy, no barriers there. And honestly, Xavier was one of the people that really drove that home. And it was not with any leading questions. He came out of the gate, kind of just saying, hey, a number of times teams come to do this, is that they think they got to go hire, some top-notch great navigator that's got a ton of experience, which that's not out of the question. But then he really drove home the point how important a relationship, a prior relationship should and can be. And you're going to spend solid 10 weeks in the same car, and pretty much every waking hour together. So that importance of having somebody you get along with, that you communicate well with, you respect, and all of those things. And Max just really fit the bill once we really kind of peeled the layers back.
All right. And I guess to kind of build on that, like you've done a lot of off-road racing over the years, like done short course, score, King of the Hammers, rally raid. How has having such a diverse resume sort of shaped you as a driver?
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm pretty diverse. I've kind of done a lot of forms of racing and different types of terrain, and I think it obviously has helped me throughout the years with short course and being able to have that intensity to doing every type of desert racing, different obviously states and different terrain, that side of stuff. I live in the desert, so I think just obviously growing up around the desert scene and trying to read terrain and everything, I feel I do pretty good at it. So just obviously having the diverse kind of background on a lot of racing in the dirt, I think that's obviously kind of helped me, and looking forward to obviously putting it to the test.
Now, so when I talked with Caden a couple of months ago after St. Felipe, and he basically described you as, to quote, he has something that not a lot of people have. It's a link from his brain to his hands to his butt in the seat. He just feels what the car is doing and can respond to that so well. How would you personally describe your own driving style and ability?
Yeah, I mean, I feel, I feel I have a good feel to my equipment, and being able to kind of put it to the test with trying to keep the car together. So yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of, I've done it for so long. It's hard to narrow it back, and it's very kind of Caden to say such, because his dad is the true definition of a goat, and his dad is honestly someone I've looked up to my entire career. Obviously, starting in short course, that's what his dad did, and then his career, in desert, and just trying to be like Rob. He's one of the best to ever do it, and it's obviously really cool to look up to him, and now obviously to be racing with his son.
Now, looking ahead, what would you say you are most looking forward to at Dakar next year?
Yeah, I'm looking forward, to the adventure. I'm not positive on what that adventure looks like, but I'm looking forward to the challenge. I'm looking forward to, obviously racing with a really good team, racing with Xavier, which won last year. He's obviously been very, very helpful in the journey going there. Just looking forward to the whole adventure, as a whole. Working with all the guys, working with players, just trying to be the best we can, every day of the stage, and whether that's making the car better or just obviously focusing on different driving techniques to try to be better. So just looking forward to the adventure as a whole, and obviously representing USA is it's crazy, to look at it and picture, kind of how that looks. So it'd be cool to go and represent USA, represent, I'm from a small town in Imperial Valley, small farm town. So obviously there's going to be a lot of, small town vibes, kind of trying to push luck. So just looking forward to the whole adventure, and obviously being one of the few Americans to go and race it, and Seth and AJ and the few that go, it's they obviously have done really well. So just to try to keep that going.
Now, looking ahead, how do you plan to prepare? How do you plan to prepare for Dakar outside of like your usual races with Polaris? Like, are there any rallies you will plan on running?
No, we talked about doing some, but um, obviously there's a lot more preparation that's going to go into it. It's going to be just a lot of training on the road book side of things. I haven't quite started, but we're getting really close to starting that venture, and I'm looking forward to it. I want to put in all the work that I possibly can to show up and be prepared, and just take it day by day.
We do have some navigational training scheduled, Justin, with the guy Jimmy Lewis, and Jimmy has trained Casey Curry. He's trained Sarah Price and Ricky Brabeck from a navigational standpoint, and he was our first call to get something scheduled, and we do have something in the books here later in September to get both the guys out and do some navigational training. And then I do believe we are not at this point slated to run the Rally Morocco, but I think the reason for that is because they're planning a test session actually in Morocco that is going to serve as testing, but also some training there at Morocco in this.
Yeah, I think Morocco's going to be just kind of some like stage or mock rallies is our plan, and obviously have Xavier there. Obviously with the testing I've been doing recent in the car is has changed. So to get Xavier in it, and just kind of get that side of things rolling.
All right. And so after Dakar, like what's next on your bucket list, you would say?
Yeah, I haven't, I haven't put the what's next on the bucket list, after Dakar. I'm just kind of focusing obviously on what I'm doing now and focusing, on Dakar and just going to try to do the best I can and get through Dakar and just, obviously set another target after that. But for now, it's obviously just clicking them off,
Yes, and I think that speaks to the life of a professional race car driver to a degree. You're only as good as your last victory. And the guys that do end up making a career out of this, they know that it can end real quickly. And so a lot of times that focus is just really what's at hand, knowing that your future is dependent on what you do right now.
All right. And so before we wrap this up, is there anything else you'd like to add?
Yeah, no, I don't have much. Obviously, thank you and thank you guys for having me on here. And obviously, if you guys ever need anything, feel free to reach out.
Awesome. Thank
I'll
you, Chris.
chime in one more thing. I think on behalf of everybody, Brock included, that I think the opportunity to be chosen by Polaris to do something like this is a huge honor. It's not without significant resources and costs associated with it. And the Brock's performance and the team's performance up to this point has shown the people at Polaris that they can count on us to win races. And so I think that just to kind of circle back to what I said at the beginning, the honor that goes along with being a part of this. There's a lot of people that have a dream like this, whether as a race team or a driver, that honestly, it's so far out of reach for the average person that to be elected for something like this. Incredible honor with a lot of responsibility as well.
Yeah, no,
Sorry,
no, I mean you're right. It's obviously an honor. It's there's obviously a lot of people pushing for this, whether it's my team principals from SCI and on the desert side and everyone within Polaris that believe that I can go there and do them proud.